Okay.
So we're back again. We're trying. Yes, we've watched due to some technical difficulties between myself, for the most part, and a few from Brent here and there. We finally figured out all of the glitches, I think. So we're going to try to do something a little fun tonight. We've got.
What year is this, Tony? I'm sorry.
This was the 2008. So this was you're playing for the Seminoles.
This is one. Yeah, the Seminole year.
This was. I'm trying to think who ended up. Oh, Bushnell won this year because you guys beat us. We've talked about this before. Dom, you guys beat us twice, and then we sniped you in the semifinals to go to the championship game.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think we've talked about this a couple other times with like in the convention center game, how we just beat the piss out of each other so much. I don't think you guys fare any better against Bushnell that year than we did. Like they were freaking jam-packed, loaded to the gills.
Yeah, they were a machine.
Yeah. And I was actually thinking about this because my wife was out of town this last weekend, so I was, watching some games and taking deep dives on like YouTube. And I don't know if you were around for him, Dom. What year was it? The 2011 Decatur Rage team that had like Dante Ridgway and Steve Daniel.
Yeah.
I think you could probably argue that's probably the best team. That's probably overall best team that's ever played in the league in the AFL. Like I don't think they didn't lose a game. They beat everybody by like 3 scores minimum.
In 10 they came out of nowhere and were amazing. I mean, and then I didn't play in 11,
but they had a D1 baseball player playing quarterback. You weren't even around in 11, were you, Dom?
No, but I saw him play. I think our 06 Stallions team could have taken him, and I'm not going to give Nick Kime more credit than he deserves, even though I love Nick Kime.
I would say this: I would put them up against any other league champion.
Yeah, no, they were good.
They were pretty damn good. So
Steve,
that was just
Steve Daniel was uncoverable.
Yeah, that was just my thoughts of it. But
who was the running back there? Was it Tops or who was that?
Hakeem.
Yeah,
Hakeem Tops. Wow.
And then they had the guy that played at U of I, Brent.
The big tackle.
No, they had it was running back. His name was like Abe. He was from.
Yeah. Abe Jones. There was an Abe Jones.
Yeah, Abe Jones. That's it.
Yep. Yeah. A couple U of I running backs around in 06 with the Steel. We caught Carlos Lattimore for a minute, who was a legitimate running back, but was stuck behind, I think, like Harrison and Harvey, maybe, unless it was the other Thunder and Lightning. But it was, every now and then.
I played with one the first year of the Foxes. They had a dude who got some snaps in Champaign, and you could tell like just the way he handled himself and the way he ran. You're like, oh, that's a college football player. Like that's a dude right there. But
right.
Yeah.
So on the field, is this last week's guest kicking off? Is that Elote or who?
It is. Oh yeah. So what can you guys see right now? Can you guys see the game right now?
I think I see Tony Blissett standing.
Yeah, you got Tony Blissett playing nose on kick return.
Okay.
Definitely Elote kicking off.
So
Aubrey and Q.
See, we've got Aubrey and Q. We've got Edgar. We've got
Marcus Cox out there in 36.
Andy Range. No, 36. I can't remember his name, but it's not Marcus Cox. That was one of Tyson's buddies.
Okay.
So all right, if you guys are ready, you want me to go ahead and get
going?
Let's
do this, man. Yes, I'm ready.
I'm gonna turn the volume off because I told Brent, Dom, it's just a lot of Alex talking shit.
Hey, the man who runs the camera gets to make the commentary. That's a pretty good tackle. That's a gang tackle there.
There's Harris. The jersey looks nice and clean.
Is Jeff Thomas wearing 43 there?
No, Jeff did not play this year. It looked like him. That's what we thought.
I swear to God, yeah. Oh, so
was that on the ball, Sammy?
Oh my God!
I tell you what, though, it's a great. We got Banks running the field. That's a great effort by James Whitelock at middle linebacker because, like, he gave up on that play. Like, you can watch it. Like, he's just kind of walking a bit.
He stumbled and it's over.
But then he goes after it. So, and he makes the hit that makes it out.
Is that 45 there? Is that who you're talking about?
Crawling like a baby to try to get after it.
Yeah. Banks was ready to start the offense immediately.
Yeah.
He was out there before it was over.
That's painful. It took away a touchdown for my stat line.
Big one.
That's a tough one. So we got Corley, Tony and Banks.
So we got Banks at left tackle.
No, that's Corley. That's 75.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
Tyson,
me at center, Banks at right tackle, Dan obviously at quarterback. You got Q at fullback, Nate bottom at tailback, Carlucker at a wide receiver, and then I don't know who's out here.
Rights, maybe?
Yes, it was Zach. Yeah, thank you.
They're coming.
I love
Josh Velote.
I love that the
first
first two plays the game are
shots.
DB's just getting absolutely handled. And
Dan and I always wanted to go for the throat. Yeah.
Somebody's pulling here. Oh,
Dan, but like that play for us though, Dom, the fake 32 Z fade or X fade or whatever. There was a time I paused it. So there was a time, like against certain teams, like you had this with Jamie. You knew, like, hey, we're going to score a touchdown if we run this play. Like, just throw it up to Carlicker. He's going to catch it. We're going to score a touchdown. Like, we'll be okay. And it was just like a feeling of calm that would come over the offensive huddle, knowing we were going to score.
Yeah, there.
All right, I know we watched this last time. We got to look at the Nate Bottom counter step
because he does such a good job. That's a George Wilson counter step, and that's why it's successful. Good.
She did a good job by not bad job by Banks.
91. He did a great job of missing the 91.
Dante Drew, absolute.
He was not going to get blocked, and he should have gotten blocked. That's a good play.
Dante Drew. It's funny in this game. So Dante Drew went to Springfield High School. Was a senior when I was a freshman, and was just an all conference defensive end, an absolute man child. And then on the Outlaws. In this game, number 44, Morris Williams, who's the same grade as me, took Dante's. When Dante left, Morris then moved into that starting spot. Same number, same everything. So it's funny how life works.
Yeah. I gotta. That's a pretty good move. It's a good job by Bottom helping out because I think Tyson was in a little trouble there.
Yeah.
Dante made a hell of a move.
He's pretty good at that.
Oh yeah, they're okay. So yeah, we're gonna go with me at tight end. I love it. Give me a 90 number. And I'll pick myself up. That's great.
You should have reported eligible, Brent.
I mean, Salvo. Jeez.
That was a business decision right there, Dom.
That was a smart play. 20's Montrell. Am I right on that in the backfield here? Who do we got?
Where'd Dom go? Is he still here?
My audio cut out. That's Rel Henderson.
Henderson, that's right.
Yeah.
My bad. Yep.
Montreal's in this game too.
Where was Rel? Rel was a Rolf buddy, right?
Yeah, I think he played at Southeast, and he might have even coached at Southeast at one point. I think
that was a nice touchdown.
Yeah,
love it.
Sammy got that one, made up for his opening play there.
I don't know how Carlos Perry gets. That's one of those Carlos Perry. He might catch it, he might not type of situations.
So somebody came really, really hard there, right? And Rel picked it up because he was unblocked.
Oh, I'm gonna go back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened. It wasn't the corner, but somebody came and made it.
No, that's Edgar. That's Edgar coming hot off the edge.
Edgar. Yeah, it never got touched.
For some reason,
no, it's Aubrey. Aubrey looked in.
Brad decided that he needed to double team the center on that play and not even touch Edgar. I'm not exactly, or the nose. I'm sorry. Not exactly sure the thought process on that one. Oh boy. Yeah.
Hey man, kicking. It's a kicker's game here today. I mean, this
is always interesting. I like this look. So you got Tyson at tight end.
Yeah.
Pat at guard. Me at center. Banks at guard, and then we actually have we have Aubrey's at the actual tight end. So, for any of those listeners listening that give a rat's ass, Tyson and Aubrey are actually the eligible receivers on this, and obviously the backfield. Because
why why wasn't Schweska out there instead of Tyson? I don't get this.
Because Schweska played guard in high school. He was more comfortable playing guard.
If I'm throwing a ball, I mean. No
Tyson's dude.
If I'm running a route, maybe it's a better way to say it.
Tyson is a sneaky athlete. I will tell you what. I've seen that dude make some one-handed snags. He is one of those freaky athletic guys.
This is a true story about Tyson, and I don't think any of the three of us can say this. He had a Rivals page. When I needed a picture of him to sell to the Indian Red Devils, when him and Salvo were coming up, he's like, "Listen, I don't have any pictures. I don't even want to tell you this. You can search me on Rivals. I'm like a 2-star." It's like all those years ago. He goes, "But it's out there. You can use that picture." So he'll remember that story 100%.
That's funny.
I don't think Rivals was a thing yet when Tony and I were.
Well, what was it? Whatever.
It was just
starting. I
starting.
think it might have been Rivals. Something.
Yeah, no, he did. I remember. Yeah,
Super Preps. Did. Who knows?
Yeah,
that's a lot of play.
Man, I'll tell you, you got to have a lot of confidence in a formation to run a package that doesn't have Eric Carlicker on the field.
Exactly right. I don't know what the thought process was. Maybe we thought we could just.
You're the Seahawks. We don't need our best player out there.
We're chilling on the sideline over there.
No. Maybe we thought we could. I have no idea. I love how we run true counter too. We run GT counter.
That's a good ankle tackle because that was a good pull actually by Schweska and Tyson. That's a great job getting in there. So Schweska looked like a guard there. I got to admit.
Yeah, Pat.
little. I think we punt here.
Quick kick. Gotta love it. God, that's ballsy with only 2 linemen. They could get in there so fast.
Yeah.
An end coming hard.
All right. Still got Brad in at right tackle. Norris.
Aubrey's coming. You could tell. Wait, hey, that's a pretty good avoid and throw, flip across your body, Dom.
It's not bad.
Credit where it's due.
That's what you were always good at, that Dom. You could get out of sacks really well, and then still manage to get the ball off.
Is there no penalty there? Is there no call there? Is it
they threw it.
Defense and decline?
They got a first down. Yeah.
A lot of that
no penalty.
Survival.
Everybody's moving.
Survival.
Yeah. Fight or flight.
Nice play action, Dom.
Oh,
that's why you get the pick. That's what you deserve for that terrible attempt at play action. Show that again, Tony. After I compliment him, let's watch this. Let's watch this attempt at play action.
I deserve the pick after the ball.
The ball went down. The ball was down.
That's a
Rel was ahead of it, but
that's a show fake.
Yeah, we call that flash. That's okay.
I don't like it, but
I don't like balls hitting my receivers in the hands and going the other way either, but what are you going to do?
At this point, he wanted the extra half second. I can't blame him. That's no problem.
Getting killed here with my my teammate.
That's what that right there.
There's Carlicker. Yeah,
I will argue this is Carlicker was the best I've ever seen do this. I mean, I'm talking my years coaching, doing anything. I saw nobody catch a fade ball better than Eric Carlicker.
I think that's fair.
His body control is creates space even when there's no space.
Yes, and he probably half of his touchdowns were on fades, just inside like the 5.
Yeah, he's smooth.
Craig must
Tony
have
Blissett coming down
there a little bit.
Oh, there he is.
Tony's talking trash. I love it.
Now Brent's in.
Me and Ed, I love this. This is a fun matchup.
Montrell's in the backfield.
Ed was good.
All right, we're going 4.
Now,
another tip pass.
That's how I handled his. That's how I handled his rip move. We'll see what happens later.
It's back-to-back balls in the hands.
You're doing, but like Brent, you did a good job. That was a good job with the long arm and just take him wide. Go wide. Because Dom was smart enough. Dom was savvy enough to step up in the pocket.
I was so much faster backwards and forwards, and I wasn't that good. But God, I knew if they got into your body. Thanks for the help there, Chris. That was awesome. Yeah. But I knew if they got into my body, it was over. I'm not fast. I mean, that.
Here you go, Brent. Off the wide edge.
Point hey, thanks, Ed. This is not fair. The AFL does not allow this shit.
Yeah, that's brutal. Did you catch that?
I think he catches it. Is that safe? No, there's a flag though. So I think
how is that not picked? Come on, guy. What team are you?
Not that it's a bad throw, but you see 2 coming across. I'm not saying it's a bad throw. I'm saying that guy was beating on it, man.
You just got to drop dots sometimes.
Tackle through the throw.
Yeah, right. That was good. Morris was good at getting after you on that one.
He was always a problem. got here?
I'm sure that Reynolds hated me calling anything as much as you did, Tony. As I was pointing out, people.
Alligator
Always.
arms. Come on, Montrell.
Another way to find yourself on film.
Montrell saw that hit coming. Alligator arms. Best part about Montrell is
Boy, that's a great job by Reynolds, man.
Oh, there's the Lotte touchdown.
There's the Lotte, yeah.
Some Lotte. How you
It's a
like
good
that?
scramble, Dom.
If you watch this though, Dom, like you take one step and you're like, I'm going. Like
Yeah.
you don't even think about throwing the ball. You're just like, no, I'm going. I'm taking off for sure.
We gotta give.
Did you guys call quarterback draws, Dom, or was that just you just took it?
We stopped calling those.
You got to come back and look at the job
2016.
Kevin Norris does, man. There's about 3 hand fights, and he fights them off with his hands. This is just such a great shot. I mean, dude, he straight up mirrors.
Who,
him
Norris
like
or you mean Chris?
It's such a good job. He never makes it a yard upfield. That's a great job. Watch this. Nope, hands. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's a hell of an athlete on the other side.
Thank you. Oh, you're talking about the.
Oh.
Hey, Lotte, I know you're listening. You like those apples? We should have got a better angle on that, but that was me jumping over you for a
You got the better angle of it. Whoever there's the one you posted. I don't know who was that. Your guys' film or was just somebody on the sideline?
I think it was our film, yeah. But
Yeah.
he also gets me, I think, for 2 picks in this game. So
He does.
yeah, you know.
Dom, you technically threw like 6 touchdown passes this game. Only half of them were to us.
Right. And one of them got one fumble.
And one got knocked out.
Do you still get the passing yards on that fumble? So I mean,
You do.
You know, again, that 98-yard screen looks good too. So take both sides, brother.
That's true.
That's right. Montrell was 34. I missed it. Oh, no penalty there, Mike.
No,
let it go.
look who's fighting. Aubrey, and
Harris, right? Yeah. They didn't like each other. I just can't get over now. I saw it when we were there, how small Dan looks, even with you out there, Tony.
I mean, I'm tiny too.
He's such, I know, but like with you out, I mean, he, you know, it would look more normal. But man, Dan was such a baller. I mean, you know, really.
No comments about our wishbone formation here, Brent?
Yeah, well, you didn't have the personnel to get me in it, so I was playing for the other guys this year.
We've lined up in a lot of different formations this game, that's for sure.
Nate Bottom jab step.
Did you do it again?
Jab step there should have been set to music. This is so great. Watch
like
this.
NFL films.
This is so
beautiful.
So good.
Nate had the jab step, and then do you remember when he would do the show pony kick?
Dude, amazing.
Nate did the best. I don't know if you ever saw it, Dom. Nate did the best Walter Payton show pony kick, like other than Walter Payton.
The cool thing was he hit the hole so fast. If you were a lineman, you could see it because he was
right. Exactly, you'd see it downfield.
Who's 33 there?
So that Dom, do you remember the story we talked about last week?
Which
from
one?
Pat about the player that just
the
disappeared.
Yeah,
that would be him. That's that player. We're not going to use names.
We don't need names. That's fine.
But he was a running back from came with Tyson from Taylorville. Was a hell of a player, and just honestly, we probably didn't use him well enough, and he just that was it. I can't remember which game it was. I don't think it might have been this game, even Dom. To be perfectly honest with you, because was this the second time we played or the first?
This is the second, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I think it might have been this game.
Because the first was all cloudy and cold. I remember that.
Oh, that's right. That's when George got hurt, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It was
like that play.
It was rainy. Yeah.
Got Montrell out wide. Here we go.
We're empty. Let's see. See what the boys do here.
That's good. Hey, credit where it's due. That's a good job by Brad on that one.
Yeah, but you got Edgar chirping. That means he's starting to get hot. It's like NBA Jam.
That was a quick throw.
That was a draw.
I thought it was
a little pitch, so a little shovel. I'm sorry. I was looking out there at Brad and Edgar.
There you go,
That's
Brad.
Good ball right there.
That's a great ball, Dom.
Can't put that ball anywhere else.
That was a nice pocket. Kevin Norris did a great job
I
on
was,
that.
I was just going to say that you remember the guys on the Green Stallions, and Chris was amazing at center, and Kevin Norris was amazing. I mean, that guy, you don't hear his name come up a lot. He was very
that touchdown pass. He absolutely paved the way for that throw. So
he played a long time. He played a long time with the Foxes too, Brent. After he played a lot of 11-man with them. He was fun. I tell you
Reynolds
what,
down there making a tackle. That's what I like to see. There's our center.
When the Foxes were in their heyday, and I was playing, and it was like me and Kevin Norris and oh man, now I'm forgetting his name. It's terrible. He's gonna beat my ass. Big Mike. We were having a good time. Those guys were fun to play with on the O line.
Yeah, those guys were super. For the year I went over there, they were super cool. And and they were fun to play with, and they were good teammates and team guys. They really were.
Oh, catch a little stick. Bo like playing freaking linebacker.
Yeah,
get the hell away from the D line, you son of a biscuit.
Let him roam around out there and try to pick balls. I don't want to catch him.
I used to have when he was not lined up on me, I was so happy.
God, he was so fast.
Lipscomb.
Yeah,
bow legs. Yeah, he was quick. Kevin Norris went to high school. I don't know how long he was with them there, but he played high school football with Jason Campbell, the old Bears quarterback.
Did he really?
What he told me, yeah. I think
very interesting.
I don't know where he was at when he did it, but because he didn't go to high school in Springfield.
No, I knew he wasn't. He's from the South, I thought.
Yeah, Mississippi.
Is he Mississippi? Like I think that's what I.
Every semi-pro team's got a Mississippi man.
Right,
I know.
There's Ki. Look at that.
Yeah, just a massive human being.
He was.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that looked the part and backed it up almost all the time. Ki, man, Jesus.
See, this is that right there. That is the Chris Lipscomb effect on me right there. Is that he's in my kitchen and I start having bad snaps because I'm worried about. I'm worried.
That short roller might have been the best thing that happened because Banks never gave you a look.
Well,
Tony, that was what was fun about with you guys. If we really had it bad, you, me, Boos, we'd give a hand. It was. Sometimes you had the guy, sometimes I had the guy. When it was Bucci, appreciated the help. When it was Chris Hummel, appreciated the help. It just took one hand, right? Sometimes that helped a lot.
Little price speed option. Nope, just me snapping the ball early.
You caught Ki though, didn't you?
Got the flag. We got the flag.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you caught Ki on that one. That's why you snapped it.
Yeah. And I think the only reason I chased down the play was because it was Swick. I wanted to probably talk trash to him.
Good old Swick and his Stallions, don't
it? Yeah.
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 Oh,
nice little stunt.
Took a shot on that.
Dude, was Lipscomb in there?
Probably.
And I'm not poking Tony. I'm just saying because you got sideways worried about one guy and
oh Jesus. Was Dom at this time was Doc Taylor calling the defense?
I don't think he was this season. I think it was I can't remember the guy's name. It was a different guy.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I can see his face, but I don't remember his name. The next season, I think, is when Taylor and Reichel came back.
Okay.
Was that an extra point play that we just had a flag?
No, I don't think so. No, because this is the touchdown right there.
Good ball. Yeah. I mean, he was pretty open, but it's a good ball, though. The pro was pretty good too.
The pro was very good. Yes,
I was so proud of Reynolds for running down and congratulating every touchdown because I was going to do it on the sideline later because looked like the same play.
It was. I mean, essentially what we missed. Yeah, we missed the kickoff here, but oh well.
Reynolds had just nonstop energy for that type of stuff.
God,
he got out of adrenaline and just take off. Especially that first year with the Stallions. I mean, he would just fly down the field.
When he would ungear after the game, like you guys know, I was appreciative of how sweaty he was. Man, he worked the whole game. The dude would just rivers would fall off of him. Man, and I sweat.
He's
a
lineman.
That's
what linemen do, man.
The good in shape ones like you don't sweat that much, Tony.
I sweat a lot. I would sweat a lot. But I also didn't hydrate during the games. I wouldn't drink water.
Good keeper, Dan.
Little speed. That was a little speed option.
Yeah, he kept it. That was the right call. The Smizer's coming. Is that Smizer coming?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
We start dinking and dunking a little bit.
That was a nice run him off in the little,
Good check.
flat to Nate after he blocks for 2 seconds. That's a
Brent,
nice
I thought
play.
you said you were never on the winning side of this, but we won this game, so.
No.
Yeah, you guys, the Seminoles win this, Brent.
Well, this is the first one then.
No, this is the second one. This is your first game with us. This is the second game of the season, though.
I guess. I mean, and when we were talking about it, I totally forgot I played in it.
Because we got up by a couple scores in this game, and then
I was in on about 32% of the plays, so I guess
this is the game he gets ejected, Brent. Remember?
I get tossed.
Yeah. I didn't remember that either. I mean, it's crazy. I remember everything about that Quincy game, and from then on, probably because I was on the field. You guys had to convince me this game happened.
Dan just laying on the floor. Did he get cracked? Did he get?
KI came.
Oh, who's 56?
Ardell Hampton.
Yeah. Just his feet on the frame. I mean, that's like, I will say that, you see some non-matching jerseys here. So the Rick Brown effect is still.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Well, we had to. That's what Dom, or I think Dom was asking why Dan was in a different color jersey or a different number. I think he's number 1 in a couple of jerseys. Yeah. So that's why. Oh,
yeah. You see, we got, there's the ones with the Outlaws across the front. There's the ones with
little pick 6, Dom.
Yep. That hit Jamie in the hand.
Well, so you had more touchdowns than you thought, Don. There's one. That's
to the wrong team.
Gosh, tough crowd.
I honestly though, I know this is the second time we've watched this. I didn't remember this at all. So when we watched this live a couple weeks ago, because obviously this is a redo, I didn't remember that play. I didn't remember you getting ejected until you said something about it, Tom.
I didn't remember it either. Pickett reminded me of it. So I guess that guy's got a memory like an elephant.
Yeah, I think he wants a flag there. That's pretty good D.
Our crews always let us play pretty well. Bob and those guys, Limey, those guys let us play. They were good crews.
They did for a while. Till same field year or two later. With the hands of the face.
Oh, that was this year. That was this year. A couple weeks later.
Well, was that the same year?
Yeah. Brent, keep your hands away from the face. Is all I can tell you.
Man! You guys were begging for that. I forgot to ask Dan when he was on to admit that you guys begged for that. Is that a pick?
No, hit the ground.
Oh, he's calling
hit
it
the ground. Yeah.
He tried to sell.
Bobby didn't have to reach far to hit the ground there. God.
Montreal.
Reynolds just snaps it and gets after it, Tony. I mean, you guys were both amazing centers. I mean, when he snaps,
that was the last play.
Somebody.
Yeah, that was the last play. So it's the second half now. You guys are up a lot. Have we scored? I don't even know if we scored 1.
Well, scored 1 plus the pick 6, right?
Oh yeah, that's right. 2 pick 6s. So yeah.
All of a sudden.
Good Lord.
All of a sudden we're winning. That's good pursuit. We're going Carl here. What do we got? Nope.
Fullback screen.
Oh!
Who tipped? Does that KI tip that?
Yeah, looks like it.
I will say this about Dan, and for as good as you were at getting away from hits, Dom, Dan took a lot of shots. Dan took some big hits.
He did.
And I'm saying that as an offensive lineman who blocked for him. He took some freaking unnecessary hits, probably.
Oh, I used to tell him.
Absolutely. He took one. Yeah, I took many from me. Dom, Dan seemed like he was running for his life. Dom, you had this ability to not be fast, but still not look totally effortful getting away from stuff. Dan looked like the road runner running from Wile E. Coyote or whatever. I mean, he just was like, I just felt like he thought he was going to die. I know you felt that way, but for a guy with some height, you could glide around a little bit. You got 1.5 strides for every one of Dan's probably, but
yeah, I had a
great
coach.
play.
I had a coach that always said, run 3/4, 2/3, 3/4 speed, and it'll make it a lot easier to juke guys that are coming at you full speed. So I kind of always did that, and it would be do that till you get to the open field. I never really made it to the open field often, but
I mean, now that one you were running for your life right after I say that, but it just you did have a way of avoiding stuff that we thought was definitely going to happen, and so did Dan. But I think Dan did it by sprinting his ass off.
Yeah.
Some of us didn't have the luxury of going 2/3 speed.
No. Well, that was you just in the entire fourth quarter, Brent.
But it was my full speed.
Yeah,
it's got to be. Yeah, there's that. I thought that'd be a fade to Carlicker, but they went under the. Or
Carlicker might be out. I think he's out this game right now. I think he ended up getting a hammy or something.
God, way to stay in the pocket, Dan. That sucker was coming in around him.
Yeah, Carlicker's done this week. He didn't play the rest of this game.
Well, hence the wishbone, maybe, right?
Well, that's part of it.
God, Nate,
nice run.
That play was blown up, and Nate made that happen.
Yeah, it was a nice run. You get the first on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a hell of a play.
It's a good ball.
Yeah.
No, it's a bad ball. I thought it was a good ball.
No, he overthrew it.
But yeah, by a lot. Tommy's mad. Even Akers is mad.
Oh,
I
think you scored. I think you guys scored again there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who you threw that to, Dom.
That was hit rewind on. Let's see. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a nice 2/3 pump fake here.
If I had to bet, I'd say Tony Carey, but
you think?
Yeah, would be my
guess.
I
can't tell.
Yeah, it's got to be Carey, based on the.
That's some good. I tell you what, though, that's some good savviness by you, because you get that a nasty spin move by Edgar and it doesn't even phase you. Just kind of roll out a little bit.
But see, Reynolds again. You watch that play. The center, 6 yards deep, gets. Watch Chris Reynolds on this, Tony.
He helps out, but that's
and Brad does a good job for a bit, but man, Reynolds, this is a great play. Look at that. Nobody coming, bam.
But that's as an offensive line coach, that's what you tell a guy to do, because when he goes to set, he goes to his pass set.
Swivel. He was looking back.
Well,
that's a great play.
Pat drops, and he goes to find help. That's what you're taught to do. Go find help where help's needed.
That's a play that most people watching the game might not even see that or think it's a big deal. That's a huge play by a center, man.
Yeah. Chris was very smart. Very, very
smart.
Yeah. Oof.
Got it
in there?
Yeah.
Fell forward.
Oh.
Yeah,
Reynolds congratulating him. Yeah, I didn't even take the 4 steps that time because
I think that might have been my last series.
I think it's 34-12 right now. Oh Jesus!
It's got to be 18.
I think one of those picks was for 6. I don't think I threw 2 pick sixes.
Okay.
No, because we didn't score an offensive. We haven't scored an offensive touchdown yet. We had the 2-point conversion.
That it's Carlicker.
That was a 2-point. So maybe it's 34-13.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
I thought, I think it was. I think you're right. I think it was 12. I remember Alex being like 34.
Yeah, no, now what you're saying makes sense.
I don't know. Well, either way, we're down big.
Well, I'm going to stick with 18. Often wrong, but never in doubt.
It's a good play by Craig.
That's a great play.
Hell of a DB.
Yeah, Craig was special, man. He really was.
Ooh,
God.
He played forever too. I remember coming
Craig
years later.
Oh yeah,
I was like, man, you got to hang it up, bro.
He played for the Foxes for a long time too.
Yeah, did he? I didn't even know he played for them. Jeez.
Yeah, he was a linebacker for the Foxes. Played like an outside linebacker.
Yeah, I remember when he started to come down a little bit on in 2009 we started moving him into the box
You know,
a little bit.
I give Akers a little credit here. That's a great play call, right? After the jail breaks on and Dan gets smoked in the backfield, you know, that little flare. That's a great play.
Fourth down though, so it didn't
didn't get it. But I mean, well, what would have got more?
So
you know
was
Tommy
4th
and 30?
Was he calling offense in this game too?
Tommy, so this was one of the years. I'm gonna pause it. This was one of the years that
Chris was gone, right?
Chris was gone. So Tommy was basically called offense and defense, but Steve Beaker was there. Yeah. Beaker would help on defense, and then essentially Dan would help on offense. So Tommy was still kind of the final say, but we had help.
Well, and the thing about your guys' team, you had so many those guys. You were all in that system for so long. You had so many more offensive players too that knew, you know, they understood the flow of the game and kind of situational stuff. I mean,
all right, Dom, here,
you know,
here it comes, Dom.
There weren't a ton of new faces on offense. That's true. I mean, you know,
no.
Carlicker, but he knew Dan forever. Is this the one?
This is it.
Don didn't punch anybody.
It's right here. It's right here. It's coming up in this little series. This is it right here.
From this angle, it doesn't look like Edgar did anything that bad, and I still thought Dom threw one at him.
Wow.
And just rolled up on him.
I love
Edgar's legs.
Ankle lock you. Yeah. Right. He just locks you with his ankles.
Yeah.
He does some jujitsu shit to pull me down. Smart play because I was trying to get to the ball.
Right. That's why you got ejected right there, is the shove down. And I'm sure Edgar was just fucking laughing his ass off too.
Yeah. Any play you get the quarterback, you know, toss is a smart play. So
was that your only ejection, Dom?
I'm trying to think. I think so.
I know Dan got booted out of 2 games early in the 8-man career.
Yeah, I think that was the only one.
That was it.
Hey, I never got booted for 15 years until the camera incident. That's a true story.
Yeah, but did you actually technically get kicked out that game, or did we just have you? Did we pull you out of that game?
They played the rest. I think I was gone on. I think I was.
I don't think you got ejected though, because you played the next week. You played the next week.
I ripped Pup's helmet off. I mean, I did.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you never heard that story?
I think if we played again, if I played again, people didn't know.
I'm pausing it. No, because you had to submit ejections. I don't think they ejected you. I think Chris just said he's done for the day, and you weren't ejected because you definitely played the next week. Because the next week we played. The next week we played the Seminole or the Seminoles at Southeast, and we lost.
Yeah, because you do have to sit for a game. Because I had to sit the next week. I think we played the next game in like Peoria or up against Tazewell.
Yeah, I mean, they might have just not. I mean, the dude did run out of the stands and punch me in the face, but I mean, I did rip the helmet off that guy. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, but that was crazy, man. There's footage of that somewhere.
There's none on that camera. I'll tell you that much.
Did you never heard that story, Dom?
I don't know any. I have no idea.
So this was hold on, I want to get on the. I want to get us so we can see it. So I know. So this was 2009. So this must have been the next year. And you remember the Midwest Crush?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're playing the Midwest Crush in the playoffs, and Brent's going at it with Big Pup, just like how Brent is. You know, Brent can get under your skin a little bit. Nothing egregious, nothing malicious, but just Brent.
Yeah.
And so something happens.
They had that D tackle, Dom. They had that D tackle that looked like John C. Riley. Man, I can't remember his name, but that's exactly
seeing that kind of stuff. But so we're going at it, and Brent, something happens, and it's in the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, it's in the fourth quarter. We're in the huddle, and all of a sudden, some dude from their sideline, not a player, comes sprinting off the sideline and just goes like 2-hand elbow right into Brent's head.
Jesus.
Yeah, and like to Brent's credit, I don't even know if he was probably too stunned to do anything, but we were all just kind of like, oh, what the hell? But yeah, so they pulled the guy off. They're because Kime was still coaching the Crush. He was like, I have no idea what the hell just happened. Like that guy is no longer a part of our.
Well, I was in the wrong in a big way there. So what the lead up to that honestly was me and that dude, I swear to God, it looked just like John C. Riley. We were going at it, and it was a screen pass the other way, and he just kept trying to bury me, right? So that happened once. Then we ran the other way, and he did one of those, got engaged with me, and then tried to flip me back over his head. He's not even playing the ball anymore, right? So then I'm getting really pissed, and so I bury him on a play, and what happens for the next 5 plays, and this is hand to God, is they brought a new guy in every time. And it was a long drive. They brought a new guy in every time just to hammer me as hard as they could. Just hammer. The last guy they brought in was Pup McLaughlin, who was a nice dude. He's an offensive
Who's a nice dude.
They just brought in one other dude and just said, and I don't know that he even went after me. They just kept, I'm 38 years old or whatever at this point, and they just kept hammering me. And he got me pretty good. And it was a screen where I almost got, we almost got around me, and he started to make the play, and I just turned and I ripped his helmet while as he was going around it, and he didn't really do anything. So I felt kind of bad about it. But his brother was the one filming the camera. He ran out onto the field with the camera that he was filming their game with in his hand, and threw this huge haymaker at me. And I turned and I got him, and the camera fell out of his hand, and I just started bashing it with my feet because I figured, at that point it cost about $800 probably. Yeah. So that's the true story, though. I mean, going after Pup was not a big deal, and I actually apologized to him. And I think at that time Mars and Nick were together, and he carried that back to him because he's a good dude. But what they did,
never heard that. Yeah,
they were trying to black and blue me big time, and I finally lost it.
So Brent, I'm looking at the schedule. Because we won that game, right?
You had to have if you played us the next.
Well, so here's the thing. So we played the Midwest Crush the last game of the regular season, and then turned around and played in week 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Against who?
So the Crush. So it was either the regular season game and we lost, or it was the playoff game, and then the next week we played the Seminoles at Southeast. I thought we won. I thought we had won the game. I thought that's why the bad blood had started brewing, because you did a good job beating them up the week before too.
Well, I know it was at our place, so
yes.
I don't know if both were.
I think so.
If there were 2, I don't know how I made it through the second game. So I don't know, man. I think
it's got to have been the playoff game. Yeah.
The story, anyway. I kind of remember this now. The story I heard was that this guy came into an Ed Jones branch and was trying to open a Roth IRA.
If it was 2009, he was down 42%, right? Because and he was not happy about the performance.
Yeah. And I don't think I ever heard that story. I don't remember that at all, even like during the season, like, because you always heard stuff, but I don't.
They probably kept it pretty quiet on the forum. I bet intentionally.
That's about as good as the Rage game, where that was where me and Severado and Troy got our jerseys, and they called that game, and I was almost involved with that when they were coming off the field. Remember that? I wasn't even there as a player, so yeah.
That was there was a team led by a certain individual with our fans in the end zone, and they were chirping.
Yeah.
And I was there with
my RV, not playing or anything, but they
were going to let because we retired your jersey, Dom's, Troy's and Darren's, yeah.
And they were going to go after the refs at that point too. And surprisingly, Dom, after the whole convention center incident, I was like standing up for the refs because like this dude was coming off the field and going to go get him, is what I remember. But it just happened in the end zone where we were at. But me and Decatur, man. Anyway.
Not good. All right, let's get back to this. We got our miraculous comeback coming.
Nothing good happens in Decatur. Don't feel bad about that.
So we did. I was watching a couple other games from this season. Nate and Dan do this like 3 or 4 other times.
He pitched that.
I cannot.
He pitched it to him.
I can't, dude.
We scored a 2-pointer against Quincy on that, doing that same thing. It wasn't intentional. It was just the IQ of those two was just off the charts.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's a good, nice job.
Oh, Josh. Huh?
Tommy again throwing his
drops that.
I know.
Right? You turned Lipscomb because he was coming.
Elote is the definition of a DB right there, Why he's on the defensive side of the ball.
Way to fight. The Q fought for some yards there. I like that. God. That was K.I., Lipscomb, and Drew were the 3 people that you're supposed to block there. I mean, that's a freaking load. Now they're going to give you a break, but
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we had a solid D line that year.
God, they were fast.
You guys always had good. You guys always had good D linemen.
Good athletes, yeah.
Yeah. So there's Tyson. Tyson wide open.
That's why. Yep. I mean, that's why. Hey, Schweska catches that.
that right there is.
Oh, look at the turn!
But watch the
Nate
cut.
Bottom.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah, like
just stopped.
Just, I mean, dude was, and like the funny part, the funny. Go ahead.
I was just to say the muscle memory there from every jab step is what made that play happen.
What were you saying, Dom?
We were trying to think of who that guy in the orange helmet was. I don't know his last name. I know his first name was TJ.
TJ.
Yeah, and he was
the best part about about Nate is playing running back was probably like his third best position.
Yeah.
Like he
must suck to be that good at something.
Yeah, right. He's not even, and football wasn't even his best sport. He was a freaking college baseball player.
And completely respectfully to the stud that Nate Bottom is, if you lined up 15 guys and said 4 of these guys played semi-pro football, Nate Bottom would get picked about 10% of the time.
Right.
But that dude is a fucking stud. That was part of it. In the first season, that was part of it, I think. And then, even though people figured out he was a fucking stud, he still put up numbers that were unbelievable.
Right.
One of those damn good
football
players.
So this was I asked this last time and I already forgot. Pickett's cousin or Pickett's brother?
Brother, I think, or I don't remember. Nick's family dynamics are very confusing to me. I think it's his half brother or something, but
he's related to Nick somehow, though. That's how he's involved.
Story checks out.
Yeah, that explains that throw that you just made right there. For one, athletic ability that he got from Pickett. And then he was. I don't think he ever thought he was going to play all season. So
right,
deer in headlights for sure. It was not.
Might have got away with it.
They didn't flag it. Oh, they did flag it.
Was it for me? Oh no, we're going the other. Yeah, maybe.
Nah, I think it was on you.
Good.
There's Pete. Dang, Pete trucked somebody on that.
Pete was a freaking dude, man.
Yeah, he's a horse. Then he got white locked on that. I mean, there was nothing that could be done.
When Pete got dedicated to something, man. I mean, I'm telling you, when Pete decided to do something, he was really hard to stop.
Yeah, he was a horse.
But I mean, I think he was just out there, and he'd tell you this. We see each other all the time. He was just out there funning.
Oh yeah.
But when he got pissed off, there's that 4-point from fucking Lipscomb, Tony. God,
I hated it.
I hated seeing that
nightmares.
Nice play, Dan.
He got the next year when we played in at Southeast. He was in my. He was making me breakfast. He was in my kitchen so much, man.
Yeah,
completely just obliterated me mentally that game.
Well, big picture semi-pro. That's one thing that's kind of cool about it. Like guys who played football for a long time and then come back, not right away. Always are they studs? There's some of them, but then some of them find it again, and then the second season you just can't even touch them, right? I mean,
he was that guy.
Yeah, I mean, then you get one season where you're pretty good, you're starting to feel it again, and the next thing you know, you're unstoppable, right? That's what's cool about this because you can't do it anywhere else.
No,
Ki would have got called for a foul in basketball on that one. Don't leave your feet, baby.
Nice fake.
That was pretty good.
Nice call.
That's a good draw.
That was one play that used to kill us. The misdirection.
The counter, the cross buck or whatever.
Yeah, always killed us. That's fucking fullback screen you guys ran all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Semi-pro is susceptible to some of that. The Outlaws never got caught by the draw a lot, but that veer underneath was tough. You get upfield. Then we made hay on that as offense on the end traps. But well, I'll tell you what, half of that draw was probably how quick Lipscomb was at nose.
I mean, that's why we ran it, I think.
Yeah,
he was so.
I mean, there were a couple times. I'm not too humble to say, or I'm not too proud to say, there were a couple times playing Lipscomb when I basically told Dan, I was like, dude, be ready to run. I'm not going to block him on this play. Like, it's not going to happen.
At least you tell him.
Yeah.
We got a 50-50 chance here. Pick a side, baby.
Like, I'd be like, dude, it's not going to be good. Or I'd tell him like, hey, keep the back end to block or something. Like, I'm going to get beat. Like, I just knew a lot of it was fumble.
Oh, ball.
Unbelievable.
Did we get that? No, we did not. I think we get it coming up here, though. This is a big interception we get.
He throws one? Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Pickett.
Well, I mean,
we tip it, and then our big 300-pound Joe Messling picks it off.
Joey, man. Damn it. So,
fucking Pickett.
Joey Meshling's older brother, Frank, played for New Berlin when I was a senior at Route High School on the famous 0-9 team. And at the end of the year, we had a huge fist fight with New Berlin.
Oh, God.
But me and Frank Meshling were standing off to the side, and both of us said, we don't even want to be a part of this shit.
Right?
It's week 9, and nobody's going to the playoffs.
Well, just for that interception was a nice athletic play by him, but
yes,
mighty Pickett, what the hell are you calling that play for, bro? Tony should never have thrown.
He's gonna throw. He's a throw or a sack. What are you
saying? We're 30. 34, 30.
I'll rewind 10 minutes to where you said, I don't even think you ever wanted to play. Well, he's going to throw.
34-32 right now. I don't. And no Carlicker. If we had Carlicker right now, I'm saying throw the damn fade. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what we. Can't remember what we do though. We tried to get that little, and he gets lit up. Yeah.
Well, Nate put a nice shoulder into Lipscomb, but he had to get downfield.
No.
And again, they brought the house.
And I don't know why we don't onside kick it here.
That's what I didn't understand either. Just try to.
Well, we almost get it because of it dies.
Maybe that was it.
Maybe that was the soccer player in Josh. He knew he could get the enough English on it that it would just stop.
Yeah, Salvo, like when you pooch it, like you did to me in that national championship series on NCAA. I don't know if he knows he can fair catch one of those, so I'm going to give it a try. That's
not a bad call.
That was the play.
Pretty good game overall. Like, honestly, even though we watched it a couple weeks ago, I still forgot some of that stuff. So,
yeah, well,
pretty good stuff,
nice
man.
I never remembered it happened, and watching it again was fun, man. There's a lot of people on there that
I know.
God, and there were some studs out there. God, you watch guys make plays, and sometimes it's the small ones, sometimes it's the big ones. But
and you look at that game too, and you've got Tony Carey, who didn't play much, Eric Carlicker, who didn't play much, Jamie Ford, who really didn't really do much. Let's be honest, didn't really do much. Like, you threw 2 touchdowns to Sammy.
Yeah, that game we were going after Sammy quite a bit because of who was guarding him. I can't remember who it was, but I knew we had a mismatch that we liked.
Well, we at that point we only had Josh. Like, we had Josh was our number 1 DB, and then we didn't have
that kid from Taylorville.
It was a
yeah. We had no Jared Powell that season, so like we were depleted. For us to even make it as far as we did, it was because I think we lost 4 games in the regular season that year.
Yeah,
I mean, we finished 8-5. So
that's
on the defensive side,
right?
On the defensive side, the Seminoles there were a behemoth, and the Outlaws were trying to strap it together. On the offensive side, it depended, but once Dom was out, it was.
I remember the semifinal game, us clinching it because we just kind of leaned on you that whole game, methodical, and then the last touchdown was like a 50-yard run on a toss sweep by Nate Bottom. And it was like we just wore you guys out. Like, that was it. Like, it was just I don't remember anything else about that game except that play.
We didn't have.
I wish we had that. What was that?
We didn't have the ball out. I remember that game.
So yeah, we just must have kept it. That was the game plan, to keep it away from you guys, because we knew you guys could score it, freaking doing anything, right away.
Well, you could see shades of it in this game. I mean, honestly,
right.
I mean, like Nate. I mean, you think about it. Nate's a difference maker in this game a little bit to make it close.
Oh, no doubt.
The cutback, all the jab steps, all the times you think he's down and he's not. Throwing an extra shoulder here or there. I mean, Nate was a difference maker without the ball too.
Now that you mention it, Brent, I think that's what we ended up doing, because I was watching the next week we play Quincy, And I think we started playing Nate both ways. Like Nate started playing running back and corner and was just and was making plays like on defense and offense. I think that's what we started to do just because we knew like this game set the tone for our defense. Like, hey, we need to find somebody else that can play DB and do it out there. And I think it ended up being Nate, and then he ended up being a regular starter out there.
I think that as the three hosts of this show, I think that's why we're all so, I mean, like we're all jocking for Nate. We've already went over how Tony and I got put on pump team once, and it almost killed us. Dom played a safety once, and it was not a great look. So, I mean, like none of us could do anything but one thing. We could all do one thing, and Nate could do everything.
Nate could do everything.
That's pretty amazing.
Yes. Oh man, well that was fun. I'm glad it worked this time, gentlemen, because that was a little frustrating last time when we tried to do it and didn't work. So we'll hopefully everyone can watch and enjoy it. You guys, I need you guys to. I know Don, you're a little bit more difficult finding, but I need you guys to try to find some tapes to do this again because the only other game tape I have, Outlaws versus Seminoles, Dom is not involved in. He was gone.
Game?
It was what was the other guy? Not what's Coster's the other guy, not Coster.
Wade Stubbs.
Wade played quarterback and at his first two carries he gets like 85 yards and a touchdown. But we end up winning pretty big late. So and I think it was 2011 maybe. Okay. But I don't have anything else.
I got to tell you, if we can get that cost, I ran into Coster the other night at Golf League. And I talked to him a bit. And I think if the four of us ever get on, and, it might be a little longer episode, those two games, like the Seminoles Outlaws one at Southeast, and then the other Seminoles Outlaws one at Southeast with Dom, right? I mean, or that was not outside. Either way.
Yeah, no. They both are at Southeast. Yeah.
Right. So those are the ones that are I swear, I believe might be the two greatest games other than that one All-Star game or the championship game that I've ever seen. Yeah. But we'll get Matt on sometime. And
Matt will be on. We'll definitely need to get Matt on sometime.
We got to get those two games because those are the two of the best semi-pro games I think you could ever dream of. I mean, they really were amazing.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I agree. I mean, we've said that before, and I don't think anyone's disagreeing with that. It's just you guys got to find him. You got to talk to your neighbor, Brent. See what he's got.
The 09 game is on YouTube now. I can ask Pickett if he's got the 2010 game.
Oh, that's right. You did put the 09 game up there. Yeah, that's right.
Pickett's probably got the 2010 game, I would imagine.
Okay.
Another fun week, guys.
Ask him tomorrow. Right after I ask him why he was letting his brother.
Why you letting him throw pick?
Yeah, why are you letting him throw the ball, guy?
I went in to check on the videos that I left with the the people that are going to come.
Oh yeah.
I haven't heard a thing yet. And when I went in the last time, they're like, well, did we send you a text? And I'm like, no. But there's literally dozens of people out there in the world who want to see this. I mean, so if you guys get on your horse, I don't think you understand what you have in your hands right now.
Yeah, right.
Gold.
Where'd you take them?
They're busy with the Kennedy assassination and other stuff. But I'm like, can you give me this NFL stuff?
He took him to the place that Pickett was talking about, the Beatty TV or whatever.
Really? And they're taking
it's a different thing now, but I went in and she's like, well, and I'm like, no, but I kind of thought you guys maybe forgot to text me because it's been a couple weeks. She's like, we'll let you know. And I'm like, well,
is she going to get a strongly worded letter?
You can send them up to the archives if they need to be in Canton. But other than that, can I have them back?
Yeah, right.
Awesome.
Remastering the Zapruder film.
Yes.
All right,
boys. Great seeing you guys again. We'll see y'all next week.
Take care.
Later.